Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we're taking a closer look at and installing the Proven Ground Hard Trifold tonneau cover fitting all 2019 and newer Rangers. You should be checking this out for your Ranger if you're looking to protect your cargo from the weather elements and would-be thieves with a low-profile hard trifold cover in a category filled with a ton of different designs. You should be checking out the Hard Trifold if you're looking to gain access to your bed in sections, which the trifold cover accomplishes, but you also want something that's a little bit more durable than a soft vinyl cover. This particular option from Proven Ground here uses aircraft-grade aluminum paneling with a textured matte black finish on top. Each section separates your bed into thirds, and it folds back so simply with just one pull of a pull cord. Some tonneau covers out there on the more entry-level side of the spectrum here make you go from one side to the other unlatching with a clamping system. This one here has a pull cord going straight across the back so you can open your tonneau cover regardless of what side you're on, driver, passenger, or behind the tailgate. You just pull the cord once, it unlocks, and you fold it back. The nice thing about the Proven Ground Trifold here is that once you fold it all the way back to the bulkhead, you can see there are snaps at the back to secure it open. That way you can drive with the tonneau cover fully open if you're hauling something a little bit larger than the tonneau cover that requires it to be fully open. Another nice thing about this one here that personally makes it one of my favorites in the hard trifold category there is the fact that it is so low profile. Some of the other options in the hard trifold design stick up a couple of inches off the side bed rails there, which make it a sight for sore eyes. It can be a little bit ugly to look at, especially from the side profile of your truck. This here, if you're eye level with the truck, it completely blends in. You may not even know it's there to begin with. As you get closer up, you can see that it's a really high quality cover that sits flush with the bed rails, so it's not sticking up like a sore thumb. It has weather locking strips all the way around the edges of the tonneau cover. It's full perimeter, and it's got a thicker bulkhead seal at the top end to make sure that any moisture that could penetrate doesn't make it past that bulkhead seal. The same thing goes for the top end there. Underneath the tonneau cover, you have weather strip seals inside of the bed rails. Any moisture that could build up there will drain out through the drainage tubes that get installed toward the bulkhead and dump out inside of the bed and down through your wheel wells. None of the weather elements can make its way through, and if it did, it would drain directly out of the bed without wetting your cargo, which of course is awesome for the guys who have things in their bed that they want to keep safe. The last thing I want to mention here, on the same token of safety, the hard trifold is going to be great for guys who are worried about things getting broken into. This locks with your tailgate, so as long as your tailgate is shut and locked, nobody can get in there. And of course, a knife won't penetrate the aluminum railing. Now, some of the other softer covers are made from a vinyl that can easily be ripped open. While they may protect it from the weather elements, thieves can make their way into soft covers, not so much hard covers. Now, if you're looking for a hard trifold cover that has the great quality but keeps the price down a little bit, this one comes in right around $700. Most hard trifolds in the category are a little bit more premium at right around $1,000. This one doesn't compromise quality but does bring the price down. At this point, I want to show you guys how the Proven Ground Hard Trifold tonneau cover operates. With the tonneau cover completely closed here, you can see it's completely locked. You can't open it unless your tailgate drops down. So first things first, unlock and drop the tailgate. From there, either side of the truck, all you have to do is head underneath and pull this cord. It unlocks, just like that. Start folding that back. You have one fold and your second fold. And at this point, you can take these straps and snap them into place so that you can drive with it completely open. Do that on both sides to secure it, and then just unsnap and unfold it to shut it. All right, clicks in place. Finally, you can just drop it and it locks, shut your tailgate, and you're good to go. If the hard trifold isn't your cup of tea, there are other options like the soft trifold, soft roll-up, and even hard roll-up options. And if you're looking for something a little bit more premium with more bells and whistles, you might want to look at a full bed cap or a hard hinged cover, or even a retractable option if you want one that rolls up like a garage door. Install 1 out of 3 wrenches on a difficulty meter. It'll take you about an hour from start to finish. You can tackle this by yourself in the driveway at home with very simple hand tools. And if you don't even have hand tools of your own, the tools are included in the kit. You get a wrench along with an Allen key to make sure it gets done properly. I'm gonna walk you through the entire process, but before we do, I wanna show you guys how it works, and then we'll jump into the install. Tools used in the install include an impact gun and a 17mm deep socket. If you don't have them, a 17 wrench is included in the kit, along with the appropriate Allen key. First things first, grab the drain tubes included in the kit and the 2 side bed rails. We're going to place them on our tailgate here. On one end of each of the side bed rails that will go closest to the bulkhead, there are pre-installed hose fittings. Now the hose fittings are going to attach to the drain tubes, so any moisture that builds up there can automatically drain out of that and down through the side of the bed. So first things first, let's snap these into place. All right, so these are just going to pop on. You want to make sure they're seated all the way to the top, which may take some finesse. Just like that. Do the same thing to the other one. Next up, we're going to install our support brackets. Now you may need to loosen up the Allen key so that it's completely flush with the inside here in order for it to work. You're going to make sure the pads are facing up. Go to the opposite corner from the drain tube that we just installed, hook it onto the bottom, and bring it up to slot into place. There's a little channel here at the top, little channel here at the bottom, where it's going to slide all along, and that's going to provide some support for the tonneau cover. Do the same thing to the other one. All right, we don't want to tighten down that bolt just yet. We want to leave that for once the side bed rails are on, we can position them properly. Now we're going to do the same thing with another support bracket that's going to be toward the rear of the bed rail. Hook that onto the end and slide it just like we did the previous bracket. All right, same thing to the other rail. All right, next up we're going to actually install the bed rails. They are side specific, so make sure you're grabbing the correct side. I'm starting here on the passenger, and it's basically going to hook on just like that. You want to push it all the way back toward the bulkhead there so that the drain tube rests against that and it's flush. From there, we're going to slide this support bracket all the way back, this support bracket all the way forward. We're going to install 3 clamps along the bed rail. One close to the tailgate, one in the middle, and the last one here is going to be pretty close to the bulkhead. Now you'll notice that the clamps have a little aluminum plate on the inside. That plate is going to go in between the bed cap and the metal bed itself. There's a little gap in there, you want to make sure that goes inside. All right, first things first, I'm going to install our middle one. All right, so now what we can do is take the clamp with the teeth on the inside. Again, you're going to need to stick the aluminum block in between the bed cap and the bed rail itself. Hook this front end into that channel. And we're going to tighten down this bolt by hand, which just is a couple of turns just to get it to hold itself in place. And from there, I'm going to use my 17 deep socket to tighten that down. But we don't want to just blast it on. You want to take it easy so that it's not over tightened and strip out. All right, if we need to tighten that down later, we can come back and do so. All right, we're going to do the same thing toward our tailgate here. You want to feel on the back end where that can fit into place. Now before we install the clamp toward our bulkhead, you want to make sure you're taking this bracket and sliding it in so that the clamp is closer to the windshield than the support bracket. You don't want them to be reversed. All right, so we're going to install this guy as close to the bulkhead as we can. All right, now you can take your drain tube and insert that into the open hole on the side of the bed. You have the option of going to the lower one on the bulkhead, but I find this to be a little bit easier and it'll drain out the wheel well. So I'm just going to insert that and run it all the way through. Repeat that on the other side. Next up, we can install our bulkhead seal. Now there's a really thick one included in the kit that's going to go straight across just like that from one side to the other. You're going to peel off the 3M pre-applied backing and you're going to stick it in place. Perfect. Once you have it in the position that you like, you want to make sure you're putting firm, even pressure all around. Next up, we can take the entire tonneau cover as it is right out of the box, fold it up, and place it on our bulkhead evenly across both rails. At this point, we want to unsnap it and unfold it back to the tailgate just to make sure it's even on both sides. Next up, with our tonneau cover unfolded back to our tailgate, you want to flip up the bulkhead flap and have a look at this weather stripping. There's a strip that goes all the way across, but underneath it, there's pre-applied 3M tape. You're basically going to flap this whole thing up, fold it over top of the foam seal on our bulkhead, peel off the 3M tape, and stick it down. That way this is completely up, and any moisture that drops onto it can roll straight off the bulkhead instead of going underneath. This can prove to be pretty tricky. The weather stripping here is really high quality, so it folds down pretty thick, pretty sturdy, so you are gonna have to do some work to get it all the way up. Peel off that 3M and adhere it. All right, so I've got a little bit of that 3M backing peeled off. What I'm gonna do is fold this guy down and apply it. Now you are gonna have to patiently run this all across the side. You may even need to have to hop up and sit on the tonneau cover in order to get to the center section. At this point, I want to show you guys how to adjust the locking mechanism at the tailgate. Now, as you can see, we have our tonneau cover closed and it's locked shut. You pull that cord and it unlocks. So you can see the locking mechanism here is this big rod that goes right underneath of the locking bracket. The locking bracket, however, can be adjusted anywhere along this. So if it's there, it doesn't lock. So you need to find exactly where this is going to lock, where it's going to strike that pin and go underneath of it. And at that point, once you know exactly where that's going to be, tighten down the hex screw. Grab the Allen key included in the kit to actually tighten that guy down. Obviously, you only want to do this when you know your tonneau cover is in the exact position it's going to be in when it's all said and done. All right, so that's tight. Do the same thing on the other side. Now at this point, we have to take a look at the open hole pre-drilled into the tonneau cover toward your windshield. Now this stud, along with the rubber gasket, is gonna go straight through and attach to the adjustable support bracket that slid across the rail itself. All right, so we're gonna push that guy in. All right, now it doesn't have to go all the way in just yet. You can tighten it down from the bottom. You wanna make sure the bracket is near that hole and it's gonna go straight through the bracket. All right, so up here, you can head underneath, feel around for that bracket and adjust it so that that stud comes straight through. Perfect, you can do that on both sides and now we can tighten it down. All right, from underneath, you want to put the flat washer and split washer on that stud. Follow it up with the thumb knob, and you're just going to hand tighten this guy all the way down. All right, you want to go up until it's nice and snug and the foam padding on that bracket makes contact with the tonneau cover and has a tight snug there. Do the same thing on the other side. For the Proven Ground hard trifold tonneau cover fitting on 19 and newer Rangers, get yours right here at AmericanTrucks.com.